Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Assault Squad 2 mod because, well, I like Assault Squad 2 and their mods. So today we'll be taking a look at the Terminator mod. The Terminator mod is a single player only mod that adds a rather interesting twist on the game and allows you to control a tank in first person-ish third person mode, and also allows you to play skirmish mode against AI. So we're going to head over to mod.info and go to the Assault Squad 2 page. I just type in Assault Squad, I believe, and then I get to the Assault Squad 2, and then to the mod page, and it wasn't on the front, so I typed in the search Terminator, and then I clicked on that, and then went to the downloads page, and I grabbed part 1 and part 2. And then, actually to fix the mod, you have to go into the folder, into the Steam Common Assault Squad 2 mods, and then into the mod folder, and then you have to add the last line of code. So after you've got the mod sorted out, head into the game, go into the options mod, and then activate the mod. And then you want to go into the bonus missions and select a bonus mission, and then you'll be loaded into a map. Once the map loads, you will be presented with two different options. You can play either the tank mode or the skirmish mode. For this one, I'm going to show off the tank mode here. You can then select different mode that you want, and also you can select what type of tanks you want to use and then pick the faction that you want to be. So I go with the US, and then I can select the enemy faction, which I believe I go with Japan here, and then the game will spawn in a vehicle for you to control. So I get the Sherman, and it's going to spawn in here, and then I will be put into a first commander view, I guess, and then I will be able to manually, here we go, control the tank with direct control. As you can see, this looks at face value pretty awesome, because now you can drive the tank in first person and shoot stuff, which you will see me doing momentarily here. But the main issue is the game, since it's a mod, the game still thinks that you're in an isometric top-down view. So, as you can probably also see while I drive around here, there's still a mouse cursor on the screen, which is extremely distracting. And the mouse cursor, like in a regular shooter, doesn't correspond to where you're actually aiming. The red crosshairs on the map do that. So, you have to pretend your mouse cursor isn't there, and then just use the red crosshair to aim, which is, you know, kind of an annoyance, but it does function most of the time. There's a couple times where I think I get stuck on a building, or I try to move the mouse in a way that it doesn't really let me look in the direction I want to look. So you got a machine gunner guy who will machine gun for you. In a moment here, I go and switch the camera view to a more third-person view so I can actually figure out what is going on with my track repair, because I tell them to repair and they seem to not do so. So that takes a few minutes. But I guess my initial response is, or impression, is that this is a cool idea. It just, I guess, needs more polish. The other main, like, issue with the mod itself is the frame rate. I don't have the counter turned on right now, but as soon as I moved more than like 10 feet in any direction, the frame rate, if you can see in the video, would drop to like 12, 15 frames. It would come back up, but the fact that it would pretty much freeze momentarily was kind of annoying, especially for the fluidity of the game. At this point, I try to have some guys come over and repair, and it just does not work for whatever reason. I don't know if I hit the wrong button, but I clicked the button on the right. You have a bunch of different options as far as your auto repairs and having people come over, your squad, your team come over to repair you, and it did not work. So I ended up getting out of direct control and pressing the shortcut key to have the tank repair itself, which actually did work. And then I am able to continue driving along. A little bit farther down into the mission, I actually go and take one of the enemy points, and it was probably the best experience I had with the mission, as far as I know what's going on. The camera is working in a better way, and I'm actually able to shoot at tanks and see them, and also shoot at infantry. Now, unfortunately, this does not excuse any of the frame rate issues that I mentioned, because for some reason just this game in general does not want to run properly or at a standard frame rate. So explosions happening, shooting some guys, running off. It was fun. It was definitely a interesting experience, because who doesn't like dream of driving a tank around and shooting a bunch of stuff? Here, another instance with the camera not getting stuck behind a tree. But anyways, this mod's really interesting. I can definitely see that it has a lot of promise to it. I wish there was a way to turn off the mouse cursor while in direct control mode. And I also hope to polish up some of the camera controls, I guess. I'm not really sure if there's anything can be done about it, but it would be really appreciative. And then this brings me to my final conclusion, which is great mod. As always, I'm Wigan, and keep on modding.
The Curious Gamers is all you need in a gaming community. With articles, podcasts, forums, and more. It's everything you're looking for. There's t-shirts,